Greetings, all, and hope you had a fantastic holiday weekend. Wanted to go back a little bit to 2011 when they first shared with me how they can be seen through windows and mirrors and photographed in the other dimensions. It all began with this photo right here, literally. This was the very first time I was ever able to take my son up north to a cabin that I had been visiting for some time without even thinking about it. When he came into the cabin, I was out on the back porch, had my camera, because I guess I'd just been feeling the whole window thing all along. I'm not quite sure why I was out there. I think I was just excited. I turned around, noticed him in the kitchen, looking out the window, making a silly face, took the picture. Anyway, so I think I don't know if it was about a year later or so. I'm not sure how much longer it was. I was looking at the photo, and I started to notice this reddish color right here. And I started to really stare at it. And then I realized that that is a red-haired little monkey in the forest of northern Wisconsin. So I kept trying to share it with my wife. I kept trying to show it to her. I said, I can't believe it that we didn't see it with our eyes, but it seems to show up off the reflection. So she never saw it. I kept trying to show it to her, So I finally put it on the computer, got out the little pen and traced it and showed it to her. And I said, do you see that? I said, I traced it perfectly. That's exactly what it is. The head, the eye, the face, the left arm, his little muscle on his right arm, and he had a little beaver-like tail. She saw it then. So then I went to go back and take this off, and apparently I saved it onto the hard drive forever. And it was my first time realizing it, so I thought the joke was on me, kind of, right? Anyway, I was noticing other things in the photo, like there's an eyeball up here, which I didn't mess up. I was astounded by this huge eyeball, and this eyeball is above the blinds. The blinds are covering this whole ground, so this shine is on the outside of the glass. Really big, beautiful eye. You can see the pupil. It looks like it might be a grayish blue, but you can't see the rest of the body. And I was just looking today, thinking to myself, well, I want to share this photo, and there's got to be something else in it. So I'm looking at this photo hanging on the wall here, which I've never paid much attention to before. And I noticed this color here, which is a similar color to this. And so I zoomed in on it, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this very well, but this is right here what I believe to be a brow ridge. The ear comes down in that upside down pear shape that I talk about. It's the best way to describe it, like an upside down pear shaped face. There's an eyeball here, and there's an eyeball here. I'm not sure what these circles are here. I think there's a couple of other eyes. I don't want to confuse you. He has a white beard as well. But I just noticed this guy down here, and I don't know if he's going to show. I have a few more pictures to show through this exact window. But right here is the head, conical head. You can see his face, that upside down pear shape. I'll zoom in. He's hiding behind a stick a little bit, and I know this is going to be hard to see because I literally just noticed it today, about 10 minutes ago, before I'm sharing this with you. Let's see if I can find him again. I probably shouldn't be sharing this particular guy because of that. He's hard to spot. I'm going to zoom back out again real quick. Yeah. His brow ridge is right here. He's a complete black little baby sasquatch. Looks like a little male gorilla, silverback. You can see his fur line. You can see a little curl here. It's completely black. That's why he's colored in here, and he's mixing in perfectly, camouflaged. I hope you could see that. There's a nostril here and a nostril here. And his brow ridge, his face, he's got a grayish, dark gray face and completely black fur. So it's what's making it so hard to see. I've had this picture since 2011, and I just noticed it about 10 minutes ago before I'm recording this. I knew there was others in here. Well, actually, they were probably just telling me so I could share. You could see his little hair whip up at the top right here. Beautiful black fur. Hopefully that's showing. Holy cow. Same window. I think I came back the next year because I was so blown away by that window, and I could not get it out of my mind. That was all I could think about, was getting back to that window, taking photos. So from about 2012 all the way up until now, I've gone back maybe twice, 3 times a year, and just I have hard drive after hard drive filled with photos through this window. And it's gotten to be so regular now that I don't need windows at all. They keep sharing more and more and more with me, but that was just one of the things that they shared with me. And somehow I can see just almost all these, I don't know if there's many dimensions, but there is many, many beings. So this photo, if you look right in the center here, you could see when I got home and when I opened this photo, I've been staring at this one nonstop for years. You could see her nose and her nostril and her mouth. She's got no lips, and her chin right here. And her eyes up here, somewhere behind here, kind of hidden. There seems to be an orb on her, right on her forehead area. There's an orb here and here. Here's several of them. There's also a really cool bluish color coming through. I'm sure that has something to do with interdimensional. This is an older photo, but I've been wanting to share it, and I know I haven't shared it, and I think it's like my main photo on my description, so thought I'd share this one real quick. Her nostril, the bridge of her nose, her mouth. I thought that I've never noticed that if there was another being in this photo, and I always know, and one of my own theories is, if there's only one in the photo, then there's a good chance it's not legit, because there's so many of them that are always together, and if they're not together, someone else is with them. There's a smoky color. It's kind of, when they manifest, they show up in a smoky, and through the window they do a lot. But lately I've been taking photos of them, fireworks, the smoke and the fireworks. But it honestly really depends on your intentions, on what you're all about, is whether or not they're going to show up for you and be near you. That's the true nature of what's going on. So I feel like something's manifesting here as well. It's a very smoky looking thing here, but you could see her really well. But when I finally found the other one in this photo just last night, right here, you can see the forehead right here, the eyeballs, another eyeball, nostril, and that upside down pear shape. I know that sounds crazy right there, and it looks like it's just leaves, but that truly is what that is. They get super close. When you think you're looking at one in the distance, there's probably one like right next to you. That's how they roll with me anyway. So let me go on to another photo through the exact same window. Excuse me. I think this is one of my all-time favorite photos. And the more I look at it, the more I see. And I've been looking at it since 2012, 2011. So, and I just noticed a few more things just last night. So I'm super glad I'm sharing this one with you today. I took this from the inside of the window, the same window, just without the curtains in the way and whatnot. Took hundreds of photos, and not every one of them has something in it. But this one was unnoticeable. This area right up here. Let me open this. It's just easier to zoom in like this. Up at the top, there is a sasquatch in the physical, 100% in the physical, squatting on top of another being of some kind. It's gigantic, but you can only see its head and its teeth right here. And I think this is its tongue, but look at this guy up here. He does not have a conical head. I believe that's an ancient one. He's got a more human head, roundish at the top, his shoulders, his left shoulder, his right shoulder, his elbow. His arms are coming in and his knees are bent down and he's squatting. These are the tufts of his hair on his rear end. You can see the light right through there as he squats down. His face is right here. There's a stick blocking it. They always got a stick blocking it or one eye closed. There's something going on to throw you off. The big one that I normally see is the profile. They give me the profile and look at. They go back to back and look at me with one eye, making it look like one being. I do have a photo to share of that. Not today, though. So you can see the sun peeking through the light of where he's squatting down. You can see the block teeth on the one that he's squatting down of. This is the bridge of its nose. This one's big, but this one's humongous. I don't know if this is its tongue. I'm pretty sure this is its tongue coming out. Its nose right here, the bridge of its nose. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit more. I don't want to lose pixelization. This pinkish color coming through has something to do with how they're crossing through the dimensions. I'm quite certain. It lights up like crazy. You can't see it with your naked eye at the time. You can see his teeth crack right here. Look at that, perfect block teeth. This is his nose. It's like got a pink nose and a big pink tongue. I don't know how that's working out. I guess that this is his bottom teeth. But you see this guy up here. There's another one right below it on the same tree. Right here. Smaller one. Here's his face outline right here. A lighter gray and a black fur. I see a lot of those guys. They are so gorgeous. Most beautiful things I've ever seen. You can see this pinkish light coming through here. This is, like I said, something to do with crossing through the dimensions, these colors. I'm not 100% certain on that, but my theory. You can see his black fur and his arm. His right arm here is just huge. His forearm is really wide. And he's holding onto this tree with his hand. You can kind of see his looks like his other hand over here. But he's definitely got his eyebrows furred and a little bitty frown. Pretty sure he knew I was looking right at him. I know he knew. That's how I know. I don't get a lot of names from the Sasquatch people, but this particular one, I kept hearing the name in my head, Tintin, and I asked for confirmation at a later date. Well, within about an hour, I came across a Tintin factory, and it literally said on the side, Tintin. So there was my confirmation. And so, yeah, that's Tintin right here. I don't talk to Sasquatch. A lot of people claim that they telepath, and I don't doubt that. I think they do. But if you don't see what you're talking to, how do you know what you're talking to? That's my theory. I don't go looking for trouble. I just see the beautiful creatures, and if they choose to speak to me, and perhaps I'll speak back, but I kind of like to see them before I speak back, so I won't normally do that. There's another one right here. You could see the fur goes in on its cheek right here. It's really hard to see because it's literally inside the tree. I suppose because they can go in the other dimensions, they can just go inside of trees and watch you. So I think we should cool out on chopping down the trees. please. So that's one of my favorite all-time photos right here. This guy, beautiful guy. I inverted this photo to kind of show you some other things, but before I show you that, I want to show you this area down here. It looks like it's got an electrical party going on right here. You see these purple colors? That is something manifesting. I can kind of see the faces and the outlines. A lot of times, if you notice the black sticks from the distance, they are not sticks at all. I can see the face here and a nostril. This guy looks like some type of a troll person manifesting through this. It's hard to describe. You just have to stare at it for a long time and you get used to it. But this was one of my absolute best photos of three physical Sasquatches. I'm pretty sure there's more down under here. And this was amazing because they've been showing me how they're closer than they normally even seem. So I was looking for them even closer. And then I noticed this right here, this upside down pear shape. And I kid you not, that's not a stick. Plants don't grow that way. This is actually one too. His forehead is here, his eyeballs here, and these are his lips. Super hard and difficult to read, but they are in another dimension and we're not. So it's really hard to describe and see what they're actually doing. But there is one sitting right here, right in front of the window, right in front of me. And somehow that line of it shows. But these guys show 100%.